Squatters took over a widow's home. What bikers did when they arrived was absolutely brilliant. In a quiet neighborhood, lined with old oaks and porch swings that creaked with memories, lived Margaret Hill, a gentle soul with eyes that held lifetimes of love and loss. Her husband, Robert, had passed 2 winters ago, leaving behind more than just an empty chair at the dinner table. He left her with a house full of echoes and a heart full of quiet strength. Margaret had always believed in kindness. Even in her grief, she kept baking her famous oatmeal cookies, always leaving a plate out for the mailman or the neighborhood kids. And years ago, she'd extended that same kindness to a group most people feared, the Iron Saints Motorcycle Club. Her late husband, Robert, had been their trusted mechanic, not just fixing bikes, but fixing bonds. The Iron Saints, with their leather vests and rumbling Harleys, were rough on the outside, but fiercely loyal within. They'd taken to calling Margaret Mama Maggie, not out of pity, but out of deep, unwavering respect. But life has a cruel way of testing even the kindest hearts. One afternoon, as Margaret returned from the grocery store, she found strangers lounging on her porch, laughing, smoking, acting like they owned the place. Her heart dropped. Squatters. They'd changed the locks, smashed a window, and told her if she didn't leave, they'd call the cops on her. Trembling, Margaret went to the authorities, but as is often the case, the law moved slowly. "It's a civil matter," they told her. "We can't forcibly remove them without a court order." Days turned into weeks. Margaret slept on her neighbor's couch, clutching a photo of Robert like a life raft, feeling more helpless than ever. Then, a sound broke the silence of despair. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Harleys. Not just 1 or 2, a whole line of them, roaring down the street like thunder announcing justice. Out stepped Jack Bear Dalton, president of the Iron Saints, his beard streaked with gray, his eyes sharp with purpose. Behind him, a dozen brothers in black leather, faces set like stone. Margaret, standing on the sidewalk in her floral housecoat, wiped her eyes in disbelief. "Jack!" Bear walked straight to her, knelt on one knee like a knight before his queen, and took her frail hands in his calloused ones. "Mama Maggie, you should have called us sooner," he said, voice thick with emotion. The squatters, smirking and arrogant at first, tried to bluff their way out. "This is private property! You can't—" Bear didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He just stepped forward, his massive frame casting a shadow over the porch. The other saints formed a silent wall behind him. No threats, no violence, just presence. Unshakable. Undeniable. The squatters looked into the eyes of men who knew honor, loyalty, and what it meant to protect family. And in that moment, their bravado crumbled. Within minutes, they were packing their trash bags, muttering excuses, fleeing like roaches from the light. But Bear and the Iron Saints didn't leave. Oh no. They rolled up their sleeves and got to work. While Bear gently handed Margaret her house keys Robert had once joked were worn smooth from all your worrying, the others began repairing what had been broken. Tommy, wrench, fixed the shattered window. Duke repainted the living room in Margaret's favorite soft blue. Lil Rico scrubbed the kitchen floors, while Cookie, yes, that was his real road name, restocked her pantry with groceries. Outside, the yard was mowed, the flower beds weeded, the porch swing rehung with new chains. By sunset, the house didn't just look like home again, it glowed with care. Inside, Margaret brewed a pot of coffee, the rich aroma filling the rooms like a warm embrace. She served oatmeal cookies on Robert's old chipped plates, tears streaming silently down her cheeks as the bikers sat around her kitchen table, sharing stories of Robert, how he had once rebuilt Bear's bike engine for free after he lost his job, how he had taught young Rico to change oil when he was just 15. "You're not alone, Mama Maggie," Bear said, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Robert's gone, but his family? We're still here, and we always will be." Margaret nodded, her voice barely a whisper. "I forgot. There are still good people in this world." And in that quiet kitchen, surrounded by men society called outlaws, Margaret Hill found her dignity restored, her safety secured, and her faith in humanity reborn. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that kindness still exists, that heroes wear many faces, and that second chances are real, then please don't scroll away. Hit like. Share this with someone who needs hope today. And if you believe in stories that heal hearts, then subscribe to ACA Story Tales. Because together, we can spread light, one emotional story at a time. Thanks for watching.